According to a study done in 2014, the jobs present in the market for pharmacists are around 2,97,100. And according to Occupational Outlook Handbook, this number rose to 3,21,700 by 2019. The median pay being around $1,28,700 per year by 2020. Wow, that's a pretty huge number, right? Doesn't it seem like you get out of the college gate and there will be companies begging you to work for them? Hold on, there's a catch for you. According to American Journal of Pharmaceutical Education, there are around 14,000 to 15,000 pharmacy graduates graduating each year in the United States of America. And if you add up the foreign graduates to the equation, the number rises much and much higher. Well, not really a catch though, because the number for job market is still very high. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Afsha and this video will be all about the job opportunities with pharmacists in the United States. This video also has a lot of questions that I have been asked in my DMs. By the way, if you're new here, don't forget to follow me, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram, which is MedNerdygram. Feel free to DM me over there, and I'll try my best to help you all with your pharmacy journey and study-related questions. So there are a number of options available here as a pharmacist once you get your license. Number one being the retail. Whenever anybody hears the word pharmacist, you immediately think of a person who fills prescription at CVS or Walgreens or all other big brand names. This career option is flexible for anybody who loves to interact with their patient, as there is a lot of patient exposure in retail pharmacy. The upside to retail pharmacy is obviously flexible hours. Next comes hospital pharmacy. There are two types of hospital pharmacy. First comes a centralized hospital pharmacy, in which the pharmacist is more involved with the healthcare team and checking up with doctors and nurses to make sure that the patient is compliant with the standards. Or a decentralized pharmacy, in which the pharmacist is more involved in being on the hospital floor and changing the dosing and all that good stuff. Next comes medication distribution center. This is where the patient exposure is minimum. So these kind of pharmacists are involved in buying the medications in bulk and then repackaging them and sending them to hospitals, managing inventory and that kind of stuff. Next comes home care or hospice pharmacy. This kind of pharmacy requires a very strong knowledge of medications that are commonly used in hospice and home care. And these kind of pharmacists are not directly involved in dealing with the patients, and even if they do, it's usually over a phone call, but they are continuously reviewing and making adjustment to the patient regimens on a weekly basis. So which means you get the perks of a hospital pharmacy and you get the perks of a retail pharmacy all in one package. They call it a hybrid pharmacy over here. Next comes pharmacy informatics. So you see how physicians put in a number of the dose and how the correct dosing pops up in the computer. That's what pharmacy informatics is all about. They check bugs that might be present in the healthcare software system to anything that can be added to the software system to improve patient safety. So if you're a pharmacist or a person who loves technology, this might be a great fit for you. Ambulatory care pharmacy. These kind of pharmacists are typically dealing with anybody who has diabetes, requires anticoagulation therapy, or is a behavioral therapy patient. Again, these kind of pharmacists needs to have a very strong knowledge of the medications that are used in diabetes, behavioral healthcare, and anticoagulation. They're always making recommendations, changing the doses and stuff like that. And it's a very critical role, but again, it requires a very strong knowledge of the medications that are used in these disease states. Pharmacologist. A pharmacologist works with hospitals, biopharmaceutical companies, and other organizations to develop therapies to treat cancer and other diseases like that. They study, test, and analyze the pharmacokinetics and the pharmacodynamics data about the patient. They study, test, and analyze the pharmacokinetics and the pharmacodynamics data about the patient. They are often collaborating with research scientists in different clinical programs to conduct quantitative modeling, safety trials, and clinical trial stimulation. Next come governmental agencies. You can also work in governmental agencies like FDA, Food and Drug Administration. You can also work in National Institute of Health and Drug Administration, and the Veterans Administration, the Armed Forces Administration, and be a pharmacist over there. They also require skilled people who can work as a pharmacist in these governmental agencies. Pharmaceutical industry. Pharmaceutical industry is by far, or was by far, my most favorite one, but since I live in Texas and there aren't much opportunities over here, it's more on the west side of the US. So yes, if you're somebody who's trying to move to the west side of US, pharmaceutical industry is a very, very good option, because you can work in quality control, you can be a quality assistant manager and all that good stuff. You can be into the drug isolation, the formulation, or the packaging department, and the list goes on. The pharmaceutical industry, as you know, also has a research and developmental center where pharmacists who are interested in research can also work with pharmaceutical scientists and make the most of their jobs. And the last would be pharmacy education, and I think this should have been the first one, since I believe this is what I am doing unknowingly on a small scale. But yes, you can also become a professor and be teaching in different universities. I believe this should have been the first one, since I think that is what I have been doing all this time unknowingly on a small scale. So yes, you can also become a professor and be teaching in different universities to different PharmD students. But again, this doesn't come in a blink of an eye. You have to work your way up. You have to get the license, you have to finish your degree and everything, and then there are certain certifications required to be a part of the curriculum as well. So yes, if there are any other questions, please don't forget to leave a comment down below, and if this video provided you any value, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Instagram handle, which is MedNerdygram. You can also drop me DMs over there, and I will try my best to reply you guys over there and in the comment section too. Thank you very much, and I will see you